Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, you know it would take something very special to tear me away from my sinners family. They don't have me sitting at the sinners table. They got me sitting at another table. And you know the fact that I'm sitting at that other table means something very special. And indeed, I'm here to celebrate somebody who's extremely special to me. I realize that everybody in this room is aware of how, everybody in the room is aware of how difficult it is to attain success in this industry. It is even more difficult to sustain success in this industry. It is triply difficult to sustain success in this industry and then branch out, take the responsibility to look at your footprint and say, how can I expand what I am doing with my success? And the young lady who will be coming up here in a few minutes has done exactly that. And it is absolutely awe-inspiring to be a part of and to share in her journey. So we have attaining the success, we have sustaining the success, and then we have taking that success and drawing others in by the work that you do. And part of the work that you do involves making work for others that come along with you. I told this young lady, we did a piece of work a couple of years ago that is still resonating. This work called Unprisoned focused on the issues of a family reconnecting themselves and a man re-entering society and re-entering the relationship with his family. This young lady invited me in to that journey with her. And the extraordinary thing about that particular journey was that everything that this young lady articulated to me regarding the objectives of the work, how we were going to go about creating that work, and who we wanted to impact with that work came to pass. And that work continues to reverberate and show its importance in my life, in our lives, and for all the audiences who connected with that work and told me and told all of us how important that work is. So, since there's no teleprompter, I would stop talking and I would simply say, Ms. Kerry Washington,
Some artists light up the screen, others light the way. Kerry Washington has done both. With her portrayal of Olivia Pope on Scandal, she reshaped how power and intelligence were seen on television. An award-winning actor, producer, author, director, and activist, Kerry has built a career defined by purpose as much as performance.
I think my hope for what stays with people after they watch the characters I've played is the idea that we matter. That we as women, as Black women, our stories matter and are worth engaging with and honoring.
Through her company, Simpson Street, she champions stories that challenge and expand the cultural conversation, from American Son to Little Fires Everywhere. On screen and behind the camera, she continues to elevate complex human storytelling.
My sense of power is really connected to a sense of humility that I try to cultivate, because I know that I'm in positions where I have a lot of power and I want to use it appropriately. I grew up in a home where my mother got Essence magazine every single month, and it really did impact the way that I saw Black women, the way that I imagined who we are and where we belong and what was possible for us. I love being a part of the Essence family and the Essence legacy, because it's so beautiful to be connected to all of the incredible Black women who came before me, all of the women that I link arms with in my career now, and all of the Black girls that I hope I can be part of their story of inspiration.
Most recently, she stars in and executive produces projects including Shadow Force and Wake Up Dead Man, continuing to evolve as both artist and leader. Beyond entertainment, she is a steadfast advocate for justice and equity, honored as one of Time Magazine's Women of the Year. She leads with heart, she speaks with conviction, and she reminds us that culture moves forward when courage meets creativity.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage the incomparable Ms. Kerry Washington.
Girl, you're working with some class, yeah. You're bad, yeah. Make a fella spend the cash, yeah. It's bad, yeah. Girl, you're working with some class, yeah. You're bad, yeah. Make a fella spend the bag, yeah. It's cash, yeah. Girl, you made it, you made it. Oh yeah, you made it, you made it. Baby girl, you made it, you made it. Oh yeah, you made it, you made it. It's been a long time coming. All these blessings rolling in.
So I'm old school like Latanya, I got paper. And don't, it's a lot of pages, but don't worry, the words are printed very big, that's why. Thank you, Delroy. You already know this, but I want the room to know. When I was in high school and I saw you in Malcolm X, you know there are some moments in the life of an actor that just focus you on your path. West Indian Archie's fall from grace was the most heroic thing I had ever seen an actor do. I love you so much. When I asked you to play my dad on Unprisoned, it was at a time in my life when secretly my relationship with my real dad was being redefined. And I want you to know that I treasure our years on Unprisoned as proof that God is at work in my work. And I'm very excited for you and that other table this Sunday. As for my table, I just want to say I have some OGs at my table, including my mom, who I talked about, my manager, who I don't like talking about how long we've been working together because it makes us sound old, but it's many, many decades. And, you know, you've been with me since the first time I was up here over a decade ago, and also new team members that I'm so grateful Simpson Street has allowed me the privilege to work with you and our whole dope-ass team. And also at my table is a guy who the first time I was up here over a decade ago, he was my secret fiance. Thank you for being here. Oh, stop it, guys. I want to say thank you to Essence. Thank you to this afternoon's sponsors. Thank you to my fellow honorees. Latanya, I thought you were my godmother. What? Anyway, Latanya knocked on my door 150 years ago. We were working on a series in New York. She said, "Are you that girl from that Save the Last Dance movie? You good." And I was like, "I've been seen." And then Chase, who is apparently my pretend daughter. So I love you so much. I'm so proud of you and so happy for you. And the women of Sinners, God bless you. Okay, so You know that scene in Sinners when we travel through time and space on the dance floor and Ryan uses dance history to highlight all the beautiful different contributions of people of color in this country through music and movement art and culture and community. I know you remember the scene because it's unlike anything we have ever seen before. That is what the Essence Luncheon has always felt like to me. Because there might be vampires and monsters out there, but in here, with you all, year after year, this is magic, right? It's the kind of magic that transforms you. It's the kind of magic that connects us through time and space and talent. That's what this room has always felt like for me. But I'm very nostalgic today. You see, I'm shaking. I shouldn't have a folder. You see, I'm shaking. I'm feeling a lot of reverence for the room and a lot of gratitude for the journey. I cannot believe that it's been 14 years since the last time I stood up here as a recipient, and it's hard to believe that I have the honor to be up here again. So I want to be honest with you. I want to keep this 100. I want to let you know that when I was up here before, I was really nervous. I was at a turning point in my career because up until then, I had enjoyed being a character actor. I was working in spectacular films, but disappearing into roles with a level of anonymity and privacy that kind of kept me off the radar to white people. In my memoir, Thicker Than Water, I have a whole chapter entitled Black Famous. Because, you know, we see each other first. Sometimes I'll say in an interview that before Scandal, no one ever connected that the actor from Save the Last Dance was the same actor from Ray, was the same actor from Last King of Scotland. But let me be clear. Let me be very clear. What I mean is that white people didn't make that connection because you all knew. We knew. We know each other. We see each other. And to be known by you, by Essence, by this room, that is what belonging feels like. So if that's true, why was I nervous? So I was here at a time when it was the beginning of my ride on the rocket ship that catapulted me out of anonymity, a little show called Scandal. And here's what I knew as I stood up here. There were probably about 30 other incredibly talented and deserving women in the room who had read for that role. I think that maybe 2 of the 3 other women who went to test read for the network were in the room. And I was nervous standing up here because I was the one who got it. We know how rare these opportunities are now, but back then, all the press wanted to talk about was the historic nature of our show. It had been almost 40 years since a Black woman had led a network, blah, 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 blah. I was nervous to stand up here because I thought it was about me. I felt an outsized stress and pressure because I thought, oh man, I have to be perfect. I have to win. I have to get this right so that it's not another 40 years before they give any of us a shot. And I feared, what if I'm not the right choice? What if somebody else should be standing up here? What if I don't have what it takes? Back then I was nervous because I didn't yet understand that I had been anointed. Despite my fears, I got up here and I started to speak. And when I felt the love and support in this room, something in me got set free. I knew that so many of us had wanted to play that role. So many of us had gotten on our knees to ask for his favor. But standing up here, there was no spirit of competition in the air. There was no jealousy. There was no judgment. There was no criticism, no doubt. Now, I'm not saying that nobody felt those things or had those thoughts. You might have been cursing me, talking all kinds of trash about me at your kitchen table, and justifiably so, right? Maybe you thought, why Kerry? I can play that role. And you could have. And you would have brought your own special magic to that extraordinary opportunity. But despite all of that, the energy in this room on that day was all love and generosity. You weren't waiting for me to fail. You were praying for me to win so that we could all collectively win. And I felt it. I felt it and I understood. I knew that if the show worked and if I was able to have any semblance of creative currency or power, I was going to pour it back into this room and this community. My company, Simpson Street, named for the street in the Bronx that my mother grew up on. It was founded 10 years ago, but let me tell you, we are just getting started. I am proud of every character I have ever played, but I am even more proud to have founded a company that has provided and protected creative opportunities for heroes of mine like Delroy Lindo, like Cheryl Lee Ralph, like Ms. Pauletta Washington. For upcoming talent like Lexi Underwood and Jaleel Kamara, for phenomenal men like Marquis Richardson, Leslie Odom, Omar Sy, Michael Ealy, for directors like Nzinga Stewart and Kenny Leon and Tembi Banks and Numa Perrier, for my sisters like Jennifer Hudson and Divide Joy Randolph and Journey Smollett and Kara Young. I want to give an extra special shout out to my sister who can't be here, Amayati Cornaldi from Reasonable Doubt, and to my whole Reasonable Doubt family. Oh, she's here. Ah! You supposed to be on set, girl. What's going on? I'm so happy you're here. To our whole Reasonable Doubt family. We just today started shooting season 4. Our showrunner, Ramla Muhammad, was honored up here last year. I could not be more proud to have come through the business with somebody like that. Ramla, when I met her, she was a research assistant at Scandal. And I asked her to join the writer's room on Little Fires. And then when it was time for us to find a showrunner for Reasonable Doubt at Simpson Street, Pilar and I, we looked at each other, we said, she's ready to run her own show. And now she can't be here today because she's too booked and busy. That makes me so proud and so, so grateful. So thank you to our Onyx Collective family. Thank you to Hulu. Thank you to my 20th TV family. Before I leave the stage, I want to speak about 20th. I have to thank you for all of the support around Imperfect Women. Very excited for you all to see that show. It's our new show at Simpson Street. And I want to shout out also our Apple TV family, because you are coming correct. Thank you for being here, for sponsoring today, and for believing in our show, and really standing behind it 10 toes down. I guess what I really want to say is just thank you. Thank you to all of you in this room. Thank you for inspiring me to build more opportunities for all of us. Thank you for being in community with me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for knowing me. When this is all over, we're gonna have to leave this juke joint and go back out there to face the monsters and the vampires and all the scary stuff. And so I guess my prayer for all of us this afternoon is that we take this time to refuel our souls. Let your imagination dance. Let your heart sing. Know that we are so blessed to have each other and to be a part of something so much greater than ourselves. We are anointed. God bless you. Thank you.
Girl, you're working with some class, yeah. You're bad, yeah. Make a fella spend the cash, yeah. It's bad, yeah. Girl, you're working with some class, yeah. You're bad, yeah. Make a fella spend the bag, yeah. It's cash, yeah. Girl, you